We are the Hack Pros, bringing you a simple hack video. In this video, we will be featuring how to make 3 different designs of a butter candle. The materials you will need for all 3 are something sharp like scissors or a knife. I have both. 2 Izzy cans or a small aluminum can. 1 stick of butter. I have a whole box, but I'll just take one out. Duct tape, and that's it. Oh, and a paper towel. You might also need a cutting board because I didn't want to scratch up this nice table. It depends on the quality of your table or how nice it is. So first you want to take out your knife and cut this butter in half and then in half again, so in quarters. I found it easiest to saw instead of just push, because then it cuts through the paper well and the butter. Okay, for my design, we'll need 1 regular, 1 out of the wrapping, and 1 more out of the wrapping. This one you can just keep for using on toast and stuff. Now what you want to do is grab your paper towel and rip off a corner of it for the first design. After you rip off this corner about this big, you want to fold it in half and then twist the end. Keep twisting it until it's all the way. It can get kind of hard depending on how thick your napkin is. After you have that, you want to fold up the end. With your knife, poke a hole in the one that's wrapped. Take your wick now and shove it in the hole. You might also need like a chopstick or something to push it all the way in. I'm just going to be using my knife. After that, kind of mold the butter back around the wick and keep it all. My wick's a little too big, so I'll grab my scissors to cut it off. Wow, these are terrible scissors. There we go. Now you can spread it out and make it even. After that, just rub your wick in the butter. Now we have 1 candle ready. We'll be lighting this a little later. We will make the other 2 candles and then light them at the same time. For the second version, you're going to need a tea light candle, but you only need the outside cover. You can also use the wick, but it's kind of cheap. So now we have the outside aluminum cover of this tea light candle. So you want to take your butter and just smush it in. Mold it into the circular shape by cutting it and like scraping it off with your hands. Keep doing that and then until you found the right shape. It took me about 5 minutes to get this pretty good. Now we need to take another corner off of our paper towel. It should be just about the same size. Fold it in half as much as you can. Mine's not square, so it didn't fold perfectly. And then keep twisting. Twist it until it's all the way to the end. It's okay if this end's a little bigger because that's going to go back in anyway. Now fold the end like we did with the other one and make a hole. Take this end and shove it inside of the hole. Now, do what we did with the other one and mold everything in. Mine came untwisted, so let me twist this really quick. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now we have it all molded in. It's at a slight angle because it's not straight in the middle, but that's okay. So keep molding it and make it all the way flat. We'll have to use scissors to cut this down to the right size. For some reason, mine keeps getting untwisted, but as soon as you dip it in the butter, it should stay. Just dip it in the butter and twist it again. Flatten it out, and you have your second butter candle, a butter candle with guard. You can clean this up if you want to. In our last design, we'll be using another exposed butter piece, quarter. So, in this one, you're going to now grab your 2 Izzy cans and cut the bottom off about 2 inches from thing. So if you have an Izzy can, there's some writing at the bottom, right at the top of that. I think that's about 2 inches. Remember to keep your thumb out of the way. When I was trying to make a different design with my friend, I cut my finger. Actually, my thumb. After you cut this off for a prettier look, you can sandpaper it down. Mine's going to be kind of rough, but it doesn't really matter. You can also use the scissors to trim it. I'll probably have to do that because I was off with my knife. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, but try to make it as good as possible. After that, take the butter. We might actually need a little more than this, but it's doubtful. Smush it all in like you did with the tea light one, but there's way more in here. Make sure there's no aluminum scraps in your butter. That could mess up the burning. Spread this all out and get it even. I'll do this for a little bit. It took me about 3 minutes to smooth this all out. Mine's lopsided, but it'll work just the same. If you are like OCD, you can just cut it down and smooth it all out. Now we will take our other Izzy can and cut it the same height. I think I'm doing this a little better because I'm not going as hard. Remember, do not cut your hands on the sharp surface. It could split it. To make sure I don't cut myself, I'm going to smooth out these sides with my scissors. Now we are finished. This is the top and this is the bottom. We have to put the wick in though to make it be able to light. This is the waterproof version. This piece might be a little too big. Let me rip it down to size. Okay, so it should be about the same size as the other ones. So fold it corner to corner again, grab it and twist it. Remember, fold this up and stick it in. Again, mold all of the butter around it. Don't forget to wash your hands after this. Your hands are going to get pretty messy. Now we have our waterproof candle. Stick the wick down and put this over top. It should cover it. If it won't fit over, cut a slit in the side. That will make it a little bigger. You notice I took off the top of this waterproof can so I can light it. I also took off the duct tape seal, which makes it waterproof. I'll be lighting these, and we'll see you back in about 10 minutes. They'll be burning that time. They've been burning for about 10 minutes. They're pretty messy, so you might want to put them in glass or something. Thank you for watching. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe.